All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who as well. Peace and salutation to the elect. My name is Ainal. The title of this video is MSNBC host Lawrence O'Donnell says American vets are the problem. And that's basically, what the title here says. So I'm going to get Job 20 and Habakkuk 2 and go into the shameful spewing and the wicked, which is the labor, taking hold of Esau Edom. And basically he's been found out, and more so by his own people now, right? And more so by his military, the veterans. So this MSNBC is some type of mainstream media that's controlled by the bank and elite people that run the world. It says MSNBC host Lawrence O'Donnell, white veterans are greater terror threats than ISIS. So this is what the news media or this guy here is saying. It says MSNBC host Lawrence O'Donnell claims that white veterans in America are a greater terror threat than ISIS, whatever. It says, yes, really. During an unhinged rant on his show, O'Donnell singled out white U.S. veterans, specifically from the Army, as a greater terror threat than terrorists pouring through the southern border. And, the reason for that would be mostly because they are military experienced. They know, how explosive explodes, what happens when explosive explodes and things like that, and other things, psyops, all that military, power and movement. So they can look at something to see when it's fake and when it's real. And through the spirit of the Most High pouring out on all flesh, they're coming out and talking about it because they see America is dying. And they see it's dying by the hand of their own government. It says a former CIA officer recently said that more than 1,000 Al-Qaeda operatives have likely crossed the open border and are now in the United States, just waiting to strike. But apparently O'Donnell hasn't heard that report. So, they're saying that, there's Al-Qaeda, terrorists here, or T or whatever, I don't know. And they're about to strike. But this dude is saying, no, the bigger problem is white veterans, specifically of the Army, whatever. It says MSNBC should be ashamed for airing this. So then you have the proof right there, where he talked about it. And here's a video.
No one has ever crossed the southern border in the history of the existence of the southern border has killed more people in this country than Timothy McVeigh, who was born in Lockport, New York, the northwest part of the state, into a white Roman Catholic American family with roots in this country that go back farther than Donald Trump's roots in this country. The New Orleans terrorists, like Timothy McVeigh, reached the rank of sergeant in the United States Army. The simple fact is, this country has suffered more deadly terrorism at the hands of American-born citizens who are veterans of the United States military than people who have crossed into this country at the southern border. It is very clear from the evidence that if you want to worry about terrorism in this country, the United States Army is a much bigger problem than the southern border.
All right, so there you go. He's saying the United States Army, and that includes, different individuals that branch off from the United States Army, become veterans, and go into other fields and things like that. People that are now speaking out on what's happened here in Babylon the Great. So this just be a lot of videos. I want to put this brother's video here because when I was listening to these people and I thought about this video, and usually all the time, I believe it's this one. Every time I think about anything military and the government rising up, I think about this video here. Excellent video. Subscribe to Edify, GMS, Samak, Ephraim, 777 Ba, right? And I'll just play a little bit, just a minute or whatever, and you go check the video out, right? It's a good video. The whole video is good. I was looking for a point. Sorry.
Sedition here in America. There's a spirit of rebellion here in America. Okay? And when you see America's military in that spirit, you know a civil war is coming. Okay? And I've been saying this for many years that it's going to take the military to bring in a civil war. When the military is fractured, when the military is divided, those that are for the policies of the current government and those that are against the policies of the current government. All right? You see articles like this. All
right, and this brother is foreign military, you know, so he knows about these type of things. And like I said, just from that 1 minute or a few seconds, you can tell it's a good video. And we're just going to keep continuing on, you know. So I got more videos here. This is 6 minutes. We're going to play 4 minutes of this.
You posted something about the Pentagon getting pissed off at you and sending you an email that they don't appreciate you disseminating open source information and that you're not doing it through the proper channels.
And what I'll say is, you know, like I said, the reason why I showed the brother's video, because, you know, in spirit and mind or whatever, I thought about his video as an excellent video, you know. So he brought out sedition among men, you know, which is, I believe he actually, let me go back to it. It's in the front of the video. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
All right, so, you know, once you go check the video out, and that's because, you know, these different individuals, the American veteran vets, you know, are seeing that the government is basically on some BS, you know. So here's this video.
Former CIA officer living in crisis before, during, and after the 9/11 attacks, counterterrorism analyst, targeted for the CIA, senior advisor on the Select Committee on Benghazi, NGO official working across multiple conflict zones, including Afghanistan, Ukraine, and Sudan, known to be 10% humanitarian, 90% warlord. We have a love-hate relationship.
Let me go back to some of that.
We have a love.
So this is the person that he's interviewing. Let me go back to this. And you can check this video out for yourself, you know.
Analyst targeted for the CIA.
So Sarah Adams, and so he's interviewing Sarah Adams.
Senior advisor on the Select Committee on Benghazi, NGO official working across multiple conflict zones, including Afghanistan, Ukraine, and Sudan, known to be 10% humanitarian, 90% warlord. We have a...
It says, I will continue to share threat information, especially with embassies, as I have lost multiple friends in attacks on U.S. diplomatic facilities. If that makes you uncomfortable, then maybe you should focus on collecting better intel and staying ahead of these threats. Frankly, in my opinion, we should be firing anyone who gets in the way of information sharing and protecting our people.
Love-hate relationship.
So we are the ones on the ground getting the information. So it's obviously not classified channels, right? We're not going to foreign militaries. We're not going into the intelligence community and getting this information. So it's publicly available, and we can basically share it with whomever we want because it's completely unclassified. The last piece is they want this October 7th style attack in multiple places in Europe, and then in the US. And that's the one that Scott talked about, that we had, you know, in 2.0. But I realized he didn't give it to you when he was here.
Al-Qaeda 2.0, the upcoming attack on the United States and Europe by fail.
The front lines of terror is hiding in northern Afghanistan under the constant protection of 450 snipers.
You know, these guys, I remember, I think it was you that posted a video of an Al-Qaeda training camp, and it was almost like a display. It looked like a well-done YouTube video of skills. Is that common?
Yeah, but that was really good. That's Taliban.
I mean, I'm going to overlay that video for the audience to see just how sharp these guys are getting. I mean,
all right, so I'll just interject here. I'm going to grab 51, Jeremiah 51. and get to the point, I'll just start at 1. It says, Jeremiah 51:1, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So these are the fanners, right? And, and this boils into 2nd Esdras 15-16, sedition among men, the overthrowing of the government, all of this, because these people see what's happening in Babylon the Great, and they see the government kind of not doing anything about it, and they see the discrepancies, basically. That's a big word, but it's basically faults in how things are playing out. Like the one guy in the Tesla truck in front of the Trump Tower, they're like firecrackers, and things like that. They're like, there's better ways to do the things that we do and know how to do it. So it's just like childish BS, and they're seeing this. So
that's really when I saw that, it scared the shit out of me.
Remember, their life is in train all the time.
Why would you come from all across the world through the southern border of this country? The chances are that there's some bad intentions there for some of these people.
I don't know if you saw, but Scott Mann and I met with Governor DeSantis and briefed this to him, and he said I've received no threat reporting at all from terrorism from the federal government. So they're not passing anything down to these levels. So anyone who's like, yeah, this is all happening behind the scenes, don't worry, everyone's prepared, our law enforcement knows. Most of the country has never heard of this plan of attack here.
It sounded like DeSantis actually took it very seriously.
He did. He the next day briefed the sheriffs. Every sheriff in the state of Florida told them there's a potential threat.
Then one of us was able to get DeSantis to have a chat with Bill Lee, the governor of Tennessee, to start standing something like that, because I thought that was genius.
You know, Governor DeSantis taking action in border crisis.
Biden has the ability to close this border today if he wanted to. He lacks the will to get the job done.
I love seeing you having me on the show, and every time you leave, I'm pissed off about everything you're talking about.
Right, so, this is Babylon the Great. They're completely divided. I want to also play this. It says this is a former Navy SEALs. So this American veteran right here.
Something that a layperson out on the street would do.
At a very minimum, Scott, you would cut the gunpowder out of the fireworks.
All right, so this is what I was actually just speaking about. He's talking about the fact that the Cybertruck, exploded in front of Trump Towers, and it's just children put it together, basically.
Make your own thing. You go to Bass Pro Shop and buy enough gunpowder to make a big boom. You can go to Home Depot with Ampo. You can use vapor gasoline. Like if you would just dump gasoline in the car, just the vapors alone would be a massive explosion.
Yeah, I mean, Tannerite would have done more damage. I mean, stupid. But, I think part of the thing that I find interesting is, and I've kind of been all over the place with this thing.
The other thing, too, while we're talking about the conspiracy theories, is, most of the conspiracy theories over the last few years are not theories anymore. They're facts. Masks don't work. Okay? We have a significant number, like the vaccines never stopped the spread. COVID was not worse than the flu. And, it did come from a Chinese, Wuhan, China virology lab. You have, pick one. Why is the attacker who broke into Nancy Pelosi's home in jail for almost life, like 25 or something like that? All these things, they keep asking this question, where's the Epstein clan? Where's the Diddy list? You can go down the list there, any of these things, and it turns out that all the people that are asking the questions that are accused of war against oil have turned out to be right.
Yeah. Well, I know I've heard Gino say before, I've said.
Right, so this is why they're claiming that white veterans are greater terror threats than ISIS. Right, because they're pointing out the lies, people are listening to them, and they're a threat because they can actually, communicate with each other, come together, form, militant groups, communication, Truth Social, all of that. Excellent video. Check the video out. Right, Job 20. I'll read the whole thing. Job 20. Job 21, it says, Then answered Zophar the Naamanite and said, Therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causes me to answer. Knowest thou not that this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach up reach unto the clouds. So this Esau Edom. You get the fact that he said, he will rebuild the desolate waste. And the Most High said he will, let me see. We are in Proverbs. I just Google search it. Maybe it's Malachi. Okay, it's Malachi. Malachi 1. It says, "The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, have indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel." That's the point. So it's just, talking about Esau, Edom. It says, Job 20:5, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he will perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Right? And that's the point. Regardless of what's happening with these Edomite heathens arguing between themselves, the Most High is about to visit them, because they all have a history against the Israelites, right? So the Most High is going to visit them, but they're fighting between themselves. A kingdom divided cannot stand and will fall, and is about to fall, right? The end is manifest. It says, verse 7, "Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yet he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods." And that's the point. Basically, they're going to give back everything they have stolen and taken away, right? Once they go into slavery and they start having children, once we make them have children and things like that, right? So his bones are full of his sin. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat and his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired. Right? So basically everything that, his plans and whatever he thought he was going to get, he's not going to get it. Right? It says, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in scrapes. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And this is laborers. And these veterans are laborers. Farmer veterans, they're working now, regular jobs, what is it? Nightclub, bars, security details and things like that. They're working. That's regular jobs, because you get this word wicked, it goes into laborer, right? Like your workers. Job 20:22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in scrapes, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And these laborers are banding together, forming military groups, basically. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow still shall strike him through. It is drawn and coming out of the body, yea, the glittering sword coming out of his gall. Terrors are upon him, right? And that goes to that nuclear destruction, that's fastly approaching, because the world is in World War III now, and it's going to continue to intensify until it goes nuclear. right? All darkness shall be hid in his secret place. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh. That's the point, So this is Habakkuk 2:15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh himself drunken also, that thou mayest look upon the nakedness. So Esau, Edom, has went out, deceived the nations, and just witchcraft and all that. And it comes out in different ways, like the whole Diddy case and things like that, them pushing that stuff on there. But even if you get to these military veterans and things like that, these people been fighting for lives, and they're starting to see that. They're starting to see that the government is BS. They're going out there, they did everything they did, kill probably, innocent people and things like that. And now here in 2025, things is not adding up, and they're like, their whole life is in shambles, and they already had a lot to deal with, and now they're just dealing with like it was all bullshit and lies, and now America is about to be overrun with Al Qaeda and all of this. Habakkuk 2:16 says, thou art filled with shameful glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So no one is messing with Esau either, right? No one is messing with starting with the bank and elites, right? Because now they're divided, their own people, they're fighting with each other, and even the other governments around the world, they're side eyeing Esau, So with that, I'll say shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.